Alan Matheson Turing was an English mathematician, computer scientist, logician, cryptanalyst, philosopher, and a theoretical biologist. Turing was highly influential in the development of theoretical computer science, providing a formalization of the concepts of algorithm and computation with the Turing machine, which can be considered as a generalized model of computer. Turing is widely considered to be the father of theoretical computer science and artificial intelligence. Born in Maida Vale, London, Turing was raised in southern England. He graduated at the King's College, Cambridge, with a degree in mathematics. While he was a fellow at Cambridge, he provided a proof of demonstrating that some purely mathematical yes no questions can never be answered by computation and defined a Turing machine, and went on to prove that the halting problem for Turing machines is undecidable. In 1938, he obtained his PhD from the Department of Mathematics at the Princeton University. During the Second World War, Turing worked for the Government Code and Cipher School at Bletchley Park, Britain's code-breaking center that produced ultra-intelligence. Turing's parents enrolled him at St. Michael's, a day school at the age of 6. The headmistress recognized his talent early on, as did many of his subsequent teachers. Between January 1922 and 1926, Turing was educated at Hazelhurst Preparatory School, an independent school in the village of Frant in Sussex. In 1926, at the age of 13, he went on to Sherborne School, a boarding independent school in the market town of Sherborne in Dorset, where he boarded at the Westcott House. The first day of the term coincided with the 1926 general strike in Britain, but Turing was so determined to attend that he rode his bicycle accompanied 60 miles from Southampton to Sherborne, stopped overnight at an inn. Turing studied as an undergraduate from 1931 to 1934 at the King's College, Cambridge, where he was awarded first-class honours in mathematics. In 1935, at the age of 22, he was elected a Fellow of King's College on the strength of dissertation in which he proved central limit theorem. Unknown to the committee, the theorem had already been proved in 1922. Later on, Turing encountered Albert Einstein's work. Not only did he grasp it, but it is possible that he managed to deduce Einstein's questioning of Newton's law of motion from a text in which this was never made explicit. During the Second World War, Turing was a leading participant in the breaking of German ciphers at the Bletchley Park. The historian and the wartime codebreaker Asa Briggs has said, "You needed exceptional talent, you needed genius at Bletchley, and Turing's was that genius." Within weeks of arriving at the Bletchley Park, Turing had specified an electromechanical machine called the Bombay, which could break Enigma more effectively than the Polish ones. The Bombay, with an enhancement suggested by the mathematician Gordon Welshman, became one of the primary tools, and the major automated one used to attack Enigma enciphered messages. The Bombay searched for possible correct settings used for an Enigma message, using a suitable crib, a fragment of the probable plain text. For each possible setting of the rotors, which had on the order of 10 to the power 19 states or 10 to the power 22 states for the 4-rotor U-boat variant, the Bombay performed a chain of logical deductions based on the crib, implemented electromechanically. Turing decided to tackle the particularly different problem of German naval Enigma because no one else was doing anything about it. In December 1939, Turing solved the essential part of the naval indicator system, which was more complex than the indicator systems used by other services. The same night, he also conceived an idea of a sequential statistical technique to assist in the breaking the naval Enigma. Though I was not sure about that it would work in practice, and was not, in fact, sure until some days had actually broken. For this, he invented a measure of weights of evidence that he called BAN. Ban-Bar-Simus could rule out certain sequences of Enigma rotors, subsistently reducing the time needed to test settings on the Bombays. Later, this sequential process of accumulating sufficient weight of evidence using decibians was used in cryptanalysis of the Lorentz cipher. Turing was appointed as an officer of the Order of the British Empire in 1946. He was also elected a fellowship of the Royal Society FRS in 1951. Turing has been honored in various ways in Manchester City, where he worked towards the end of his life. In 1994, a stretch of a major road in Manchester City was named Alan Turing Way. A bridge carrying this road was widened and carries the name of Alan Turing Bridge. A statue of Turing was unveiled in Manchester on 23 June 2001 in Sackwell Park, between the University of Manchester building on Whitworth Street and Canal Street. The memory statue depicts the father of computer science sitting on a bench at the central position in the park. Turing is shown holding an apple. The cast bronze bench carries in the relief text Alan Matheson Turing 1912 to 1954 and the motto founder of computer science as it could appear if encoded by an Enigma machine. In 1941, Turing proposed marriage to a colleague Von Clark, a fellow mathematician and cryptanalyst, but their engagement was short-lived. After admitting his homosexuality to his fiancée, who was reportedly unfazed by the revelation, Turing decided that he could not go through with the marriage. On 8 June 1954, Turing's housekeeper found him dead at the age of 41. He had died the previous day. Cyanide poisoning was established as the cause of death. When his body was discovered, an apple lay half-eaten beside his bed, and although the apple was not tested for cyanide, it was speculated that this was by the means by which Turing had consumed a fatal dose. An inquest determined that he had committed suicide. Turing's remains were cremated at the working crematorium on 12 June 1954, and his ashes were scattered in the gardens of the crematorium just as his father's. In August 2009, British programmer John Graham Cumming started a petition urging the British government to apologize for Turing's prosecution as a homosexual. The petition received more than 30,000 signatures. The Prime Minister Gordon Brown acknowledged the petition, releasing a statement on 10 September 2009 apologizing and describing the treatment of Turing as appalling. Here are some unknown facts about the father of computation. Number 1. He was an Olympic level runner. Number 2. He embodied some values of the hippie movement. Number 3. He got bad grades and frustrated his teachers. Number 4. The father of the computer also dabbed in physics, biology, chemistry, and neurology. Number 5. He developed a new field of biology out of his fascination with daisies. Number 6. He stuttered while talking. Number 7. He didn't keep his sexuality a secret among friends. Number 8. He refused to let a punishment of chemical castration stop him from working. Thank you guys for hanging on with us. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and let us know what you think about the father of computers in the comments.